Let's talk about technology. You just touched upon it, and some people look at 21st century teaching and learning involving a lot more technology than what perhaps the non-digital natives, as we're called, have had. And I'm wondering how you see technology as part of either 21st century teaching and learning skills or with differentiated instruction. How do you see it working? How do you see it having gaps that we have to fill?
Well, I think those questions, of course, those are multiple questions as well. Technology is a tool. It has no soul, it has no mind. It's a tool in every case. And so for me, what's always going to breathe life into it is somebody who understands the humans who will use it and the content that they could use or the actions that they could take with it. I do think there's probably some utility to plugging a kid into a sort of a sequential math program, get the next step, and maybe that teaches some skills, but it's never going to teach the magic of math. It's never going to teach the beauty of thinking mathematically. You're going to have somebody, if they're going to create software with materials to do that, who get the beauty of math and can show kids 1,000 places that it's located that they never knew before. Kids think it's all in a book, but if technology could show them how it's around the world, that would be a fascinating thing. It's not the thing itself, it's not the hardware, it's the tool that goes with it. And probably for most kids, there'll still have to be human contact. I was talking with somebody a couple of weeks ago who's developing again a piece of an approach that differentiates for kids, and it's actually a pretty well designed little piece, and it'll diagnose where kids are and then give them some things to do, but it's done cleverly, and there's some sort of images and words that sort of go with it, and the kids get to do some things that are sort of basically appealing to kids. So even up to that point, it's somebody using technology a little more imaginatively and a little more energetically than might be done. But there's a point in the program where the technology draws the conclusion, assuming that's the correct way to say that, look, we've tried this 3 ways, this kid's still not getting it. And what happens at that point is the kid kicks in on a telephone to somebody who is actually at the other end, a live human being, who starts saying, so tell me what you're thinking here. And it actually becomes a one-on-one coaching kind of situation. The machine can coach to a point. The machine can think of logical sequences, but if it doesn't happen to be logical to the learner, then a human jumps in. Teachers may change in that way. There may become other people who are teachers of kids in ways like that we don't think of as teachers. Technology is an amazing tool. Kids, of course, are the natives, and they get the stuff instinctively, and so it is an engagement factor for them. They like it. It's a tool that they're willing to take the chances with and see how they can use in many ways. So I think in terms of differentiation, it has the capacity to address readiness because it lets us branch in different ways for kids. Certainly has the capacity to address kids' interest. We could link anything to anything in the world through the use of technology. Has the capacity to address how kids learn. Has the capacity to let us show kids something in their own language and then in English. Has the capacity to deal with advanced versus struggling sort of kids. I mean, there's just it's a tool which allows kids to express things in different ways, which expands the classroom. So I think it can be very well suited to one-size-fits-all stuff. It can be very well suited to differentiation. I'd say the same thing about technology that I would about curriculum. We need to understand that it's not that not all content on technology is created equal, and that things that are clear and engaging and useful and relevant integrated into technology will get us much further than just sort of technology will save us. But clearly technology belongs to the kids, it belongs in the world, and it's a fascinating thing to watch it burgeon and to see, even begin to think of what the possibilities are. We'd be foolish to discount it. Now, having said that, you can draw great parallels between the struggle to help teachers integrate technology into the classroom and the struggle to help teachers deal with academic diversity in the classroom. You can study the studies on one and superimpose them on the other, And almost all the things that you have to change to get teachers to differentiate instruction, you have to change to get them to use technology appropriately too. So it's a struggle for us as teachers to enter that new world, but the kids are there.
Oh, yeah.
They're there.
Yeah, absolutely.